board to confirm a quorum, and then you guys can open up the meeting.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. So Eric Nyland,
Here,
Sean Sorrell,
Here.
Amy Bailowitz,
Here.
Gwen Cook,
Here.
Alan Santos,
Here.
and Ahmed Gurani. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your last.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. All right, all members are present,
all right,
except for Rick.
so I guess first of all, maybe we could talk about membership. So Omid actually took a role with the advisory. So once you're on advisory, you can't be on other boards. So he's going to be leaving. So that brings us, we're at 7. That brings us down to 6. So I think we were talking about this before Omid and Gwen were on. I think we should reduce to 7. So then, we'll have a quorum of 4 and it'll just be easier to get people together. So we would just need a vote for that. If everybody agrees, so what, we have 6, yeah, so maybe 1 open spot. Everybody agree with that? Or?
I agree.
I guess we just need somebody to make a motion, somebody to second.
I'm a motion to vote on that.
Second, anybody?
Second.
All right.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor? Now we have to do
Aye.
it individually, sorry.
I apologize. Votes need to be done by roll call. So let me let me call each person's name out again. Eric Nyland,
Yes.
Sean Sorrell,
Yes.
Amy Bailowitz,
Yes.
Alan Santos,
Yes.
Gwen Cook,
Yes.
and Omid.
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. So you can send that info to the Board of Selectmen and they'll change that for us.
Yep, I think they have to vote as well, right, at their next meeting?
Yep,
Okay,
that'll be good. I'll make it easier. And
I agree, yeah.
then I have reorganization of the board while we're on the board. I'm fine doing chairman again if you guys will have me. So we just need to elect that unless somebody else wants to do it, but I assume everybody's good with me.
Nominate Eric.
I nominate Eric.
Yeah, no, I said it first. Sorry. You can
Oh,
second.
sorry.
have a
I
second?
second it.
Okay.
I
All in
second it.
favor?
All in favor, Sean Sorrell,
Yes.
Amy Bailowitz,
Yeah.
Alan Santos,
Yes.
Gwen Cook,
Yes.
Omid?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And then Eric, I would also recommend that you do a vote for a vice chairman in case the chairman is missing from a meeting, and then as well as a secretary, because moving forward, I have just found with other boards and committees, it's much easier when you have one person each fiscal year be assigned to the meeting minutes. It just makes it so much cleaner. That would be
Alright.
my recommendation.
All right, can we do it as a combo so we don't have to go through the whole roll call twice?
Sure.
I don't know. Who wants vice chairman? It's not
Sean.
for
Yeah. I mean, I can do it. It's fine.
Sean.
Unless somebody else is chomping at the bit.
You would be
No.
very good at it.
And then anybody willing to take notes?
I will do it. I won't promise to be any good at it, but I will do it.
Okay. All right, so then I guess we need a motion for Sean that was Gwen, right?
Yes.
So Sean for vice chair and Gwen for secretary. Somebody needs to make that motion.
The motion
I
there?
second that.
All in favor?
Eric
Aye.
Nyland,
Yes.
Sean Sorrell, or I don't know, Sean,
Yeah,
if you want to
Can't
vote.
vote, right? I
Okay.
mean,
Amy. Amy
Yes.
Bailowitz. Omid.
Yes.
Gwen. Yeah. This is always one of those weird things. I don't know if people want to vote for themselves, so I'll just skip to Alan.
yes.
All right. Thank you.
Good. All right.
Oh, am I still on?
We got that out of the way.
I'm going in my house, so I'm gonna rejoin in a minute.
Okay, if you can, well, so first of all, I sent out the flyers, to the email. If I'll post them, and, I got the JPEG from Sean. Perfect. Yeah, great talk. Was this you or your wife, Sean?
My wife has good skills.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
that came out great.
She also has the template, so it's a lot easier now because she's just like needs to use a picture, update the dates.
yeah. I don't know if you guys saw, but I put up the banner on, the common.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't notice that, no.
Yeah, so that's up there.
So
Kind of-
Eric,
I'm using the magnets, but they kind of bunches up a little bit, so I don't know if you ever pass through and you want to straighten it out, just straighten it out a little. I don't know why it
Eric, can
bunches
you
up.
also send me the JPEG so I can get a news and announcement out
Yep,
on the town's website?
I'll forward you what Sean sent me, or just Sean could send it out
That-
to everybody.
That would be great.
sure.
And then I'll try, if I have time this week, I'll try to update the Houghton building sign as well.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So so we'll post this everywhere digitally, but if the members of the board, if you could just print out a couple, and if you happen to be somewhere where you can post it, whether in a coffee shop or grocery store, country cupboard, or Bolton Orchard somewhere, just wherever you can post it or put it on a counter or something, that would probably be good, just to get
Yeah.
more visibility.
Yep.
So
Okay.
just print a few out and have them with you, maybe, that would be good.
Yep.
Erica, I should have just forwarded you the JPEG. So if they just let me know if you have any issues with them.
Oh, great. Thank you.
That's good. Can you now put up, so I guess I want to talk about how we're going to handle the safety precautions and stuff of this. So if you could put up that little drawing I made, Erica, I sent out. I can hear you. Just read quietly. Or watch.
Apologize, Eric. I just need to pull it from my email really quick and then I'll pull it up.
No problem.
Could we, while Erica's doing that, can we talk about social distancing at the,
Yeah, that's kind of what I want. That's kind of what I wanted to bring up to show you. So first of all, I have like proposed paths. Can you get rid of that? I don't know if this is just on my screen, but like the bar that goes across.
Black thing, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what that is.
What do you see?
There's like a black rectangle.
Yeah, right there.
This thing? Oh, this is, oh, you know what? Hold on. Maybe it's the way I'm sharing it. I think that's my,
Okay, so you just did full.
that
screen.
better?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so this is my crew drawing. But normally we were all crushed kind of on that top path going towards the gazebo thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But so I kind of was thinking we could do like a loop starting up where Harper's was the past year. You go down, go there, and then kind of have like, we could just take like masking tape and draw arrows on the ground. And so you kind of do a loop around and then spread everybody out much further than they were, at least 10 feet between, and then switching from either side. That's kind of how I envision it. And we would spread out a lot more.
Also, you could get like alternating ones to move further onto the grass away from the sidewalk, just to.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, that's true. So people walking by,
Yeah.
Right?
that's a good idea. I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
But so you can get off the path.
Yeah, and just like stagger it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. Get like 5 or 10 feet off the path.
Yeah, because inevitably people might want to stop and talk, and it'd probably be better if they're if they're looking at stuff that they're further off.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. So this is what I was thinking, and making sure people go one way so they're not like going back and forth between each other, making sure we make it aware that it's mask required. and then just really try to spread out and use the common as much as possible. This is 20 boxes. We have 24, but I think, we can figure it out when we're there.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a big space that I'm sure we'll be able to.
Yeah.
How many people have signed up?
So for this weekend, we have 24. The biggest we have is 28. So it's pretty amazing. It's a really good turnout. Now I just hope the people come.
Yeah.
I think we will get a lot because what else are people doing? Probably people
Yeah,
are they're
everybody's
excited
around.
that there's like something to do. So that's I do want to just make sure that people are. I mean, people come at different times and stuff, but I don't want it to be a big crowd thing. So
Right. Yeah, it generally seemed like it seemed pretty spread out just naturally.
yeah, yeah,
But
and people will be aware.
well, so typically it's been like me and one other person. So I guess if members of the EDC, if you could be, just try to be there as much as possible. Because if we feel like maybe it's too crowded, maybe we could ask people to wait a minute or
Yeah,
let people clear out. I mean, I think we might. I don't know what number is the right number to allow people in. But if it looks like this spread out, but definitely like the setup. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get there like before 9 just to make sure I could start spreading people out. And so there's a clear. It's usually just a free for all, but definitely a clear kind of, and maybe we, can figure out 10 feet, 20 feet, or I can get maybe little flags or something so we can set it up. I don't know.
yeah,
Something like that.
that's a good idea. Should we do it maybe like Friday night? Would that be better than having to like do it all Saturday morning, or do you think that we could be able to do it pretty quick?
Yeah, maybe I don't know what I have going on Friday night, but
Yeah.
I think like if we get there like before 9, it should be
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Eric, I have flags. I have a bunch of them that we use. Put them
Like
out.
little
tomorrow.
tiny flags. Yeah.
They're little orange flags on metal stakes, and I
That
have a
would be
bunch in my car, and I can get more, and we can just move that. We can use those for however you want. But I'll just bring them if they're useful.
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
Yeah. Are we going to have a sign to remind people that we really are requiring everyone to wear a mask?
Well, so that's what I was thinking. You know how you had that sandwich board before? I was thinking maybe we should have that out at the front saying mask required
Okay.
type thing. If you could bring that sandwich board, we could try to get like a poster board or something.
I don't know.
I definitely want to have something written down so people know that, that's what we're expecting.
Is it on that flyer or no?
It's not, but I'll send it out over Facebook. I should start saying that, and just because you want people to be comfortable to safe to go.
Right.
As well.
Yeah.
Eric, did Parks and Recreation have any guidelines, or what were their comments?
They didn't really give me any comments. They approved it, and that was that. I don't know.
That was that. Okay. Yeah, I would recommend that not only require masks, but say something on those signs about, maintaining, social distancing, maintaining the 6 feet
Yeah.
from, the customers, things like that.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, and was that Amy Aguen who suggested, putting the booths off the path? That's probably a really good idea, because then that would really help that aspect.
When?
Yeah, if we stagger the line, that would it won't look as neat, but it'll be easier too for people to move around.
Yep.
Hopefully everybody is paranoid.
Yeah. A little less
You would
paranoid.
think.
Although I find some days I feel like I'm getting complacent.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty good in Mass right now. The numbers are pretty good. So
I
people
haven't
are.
seen there were, for a while we were getting reports on like local numbers in Bolton. I haven't seen anything.
I think it's
Oh,
still like 15 or 16.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
pretty low. But people come from all around. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with this. We have no idea who's going to walk in.
Yeah. Well, I think if we have enough of us there that can kind of monitor it, if we see people congregating or not wearing a mask or something, we can just say, just be a little more strict about it so that for future ones, people feel comfortable about it and they don't say, we don't want people to say, my gosh, we went, but like everybody was crowded and nobody was wearing a mask. We don't want that. So
Exactly, yeah. I'd rather err on the side of caution.
yeah, I think for sure we should err on the side of caution.
Well, so that's what I was saying, like, as many of you guys can come, the more of us there, it's just easier to, especially if it's spread out, it's gonna be tough for 1 or 2 people to manage.
Yeah.
Because
Is there a chance we could have like disposable masks available? I don't know how easy it would be to get like a box at this point, but
I have no idea.
I have a box. I can bring them if somebody needs one. And I know Jeanette Butcher is selling them. So
True, she's selling them.
if somebody forgets one, then they can go purchase one.
we can say it's a donation fund to
Yes.
the food pantry.
Yes.
Yeah, but so this looks small in the picture, but as you know from being there, it's a pretty big area. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it should be fine.
But I think doing this like loop where you kind of walk around is a pretty good flow.
Yeah.
Eric, do you plan on having a sign at each, or I guess you're just having one sign where the arrow is pointing in? Is that the idea? You'll have the sandwich board there?
You just take like masking tape and put it right on the walkway every now and then.
Or I just meant the sign that talks about the guidelines, wearing a mask, remaining 6 feet apart. Or is that going to be at sort of that walkway where it's the entrance or the entrance into it?
Yeah, well, typically where the meat people were the last year, although there won't be that's probably the main spot people come in from the parking lot. So
I can bring more than one sandwich board.
yeah.
I'm just wondering, because you have it shown that the paths leading to Main Street are exits only. So I'm wondering if there should be like no entry signs or something that says, entrance off of parking lot or something that, because I just know from my experience, sometimes you don't realize that there's markings along the ground and you start walking down. I get to see people just walking down the path, not realizing it until they're, halfway down.
Maybe we should have an entrance sign so people know that, to come in where the driveway is. I mean, like when I'm walking from my house, I come in from the other side there. But
Well, so actually that's a good point. Maybe that left walkway should be going towards the center. So people coming from that side could just walk up through there. Maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
No, but then the problem is if you're in the center, the only way to get there is to go all the way around. So that's what I was thinking.
Well, but if we've got everything staggered enough, if there's enough distance between the vendors, it kind of will be okay. However, anybody comes.
Yeah.
Just make sure that there's somebody who can, we can see people when they come in and make sure they've got a mask on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hi.
I don't think you guys are gonna be effective trying to guide the traffic and do all this stuff. That requires a lot of manpower. So just the mask and like distancing all the like tents and stuff away from each other should like mitigate the distance and the traffic.
Yeah.
Because if you try to like guide people through, first gonna make someone angry, secondly a lot of man hour, and then takes our attention away from what actually matters at that point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe we don't have to be just a couple of arrows, but generally, people are coming from the parking lot. So that's the general flow. So if we could just get them to do like, instead of going back towards the parking lot through the top path, just kind of do a loop. I think just put an arrow on the ground, like a suggested walkway,
Yeah.
I think that was that Omen who just said that, or Alan? I don't know.
Some people will park right on Main Street, but you're right. Most people do seem to park up in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
if
I think
there's
we'll be able to do this. I'm pretty positive we can make this work. I haven't been to another farmer's market. I know that Hudson. Has anybody been to Hudson's? Like,
I haven't.
I haven't. I just talked to Jeanette though yesterday, and she was saying that they've just been pretty strict about what you can sell and how many people are able to participate. So
like what can't you sell?
She made it sound like they wanted it to just be like COVID related or something. I don't, she only does her masks there.
Oh, I don't know.
But I said, no, I mean,
Well, that defeats the whole point of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good doing
I
what we
think
did.
we're fine. I mean, I think we have such a huge space that we can make this work.
Like, have you ever been to Acton's Farmers Market? They're in like this little tight
Right.
alley. We're so open. I think we're going to be good.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So who's going to be there on Saturday? Eric, you will be there. Sean will be there.
Yeah.
I will be there. Amy, you're going to come,
I'll
right?
be there. Hmm.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it this Saturday. So it might be the next one.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, like 4 would be good at least.
Okay.
I think it's oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about, and actually this, so I was just going to ask the board if they could vote to reimburse me for a few things. I paid for the banner, which is $50, and I'm doing Facebook ads. I'm going to do $40 for each event, so that's $120 for the 3 of them. So I was going to ask them, I'm going to have to give all the receipts and everything to Erica in the town, but if you guys could vote to reimburse me $170 towards marketing for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I move that we reimburse Eric $170 for his expenses.
I second.
There's the
All in favor?
roll
Aye.
call.
Roll call.
Yeah.
Sean Sorrell,
Yes.
Amy Balowitz,
Yeah.
Omid,
Yes.
and Alan.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss you, Gwen?
Yeah, that's okay. I vote yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Thank you.
I vote yes as well. But now that we're not doing the business breakfast, we have we don't want to lose our budget.
Funding. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting since we're not doing the business breakfast this year. I mean, technically we could blame it on COVID, but it does give us time to kind of regroup and figure out what we want to do. Yeah, I know this is not a topic for tonight, but allow us to regroup and think about what we want to do next year. So
Yeah, sure.
Well, this year will certainly give us plenty of things to talk about next year.
yeah.
So let's see what else. So I think we're good for Backyard Bolton. Like I said, we have a ton of vendors, so hopefully we get a lot of people coming. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Anything with that? Oh, brochures. Rick said he still has some. I actually have a stack, so we'll find out.
I have a bunch too.
Okay, so we probably don't need to order any this year. So we're probably good on that. Just use out what we have this year and then we can order some next year probably.
Okay.
But start getting those out to some places before the fall because that's when the influx of out-of-town people come, hopefully. What else? So I think that's it for that. I guess the only thing Erica, I was hoping you could run through some business updates.
Sure. So there is an applicant interested in the Cobham building down in the industrial district. It's 58 Main Street. They're seeking to do a marijuana establishment there, and they've come to an agreement with the owner. They have a certain amount of days to sort of do their due diligence and permitting before they actually purchase the property. So that's where that applicant is at. He's met with me. He's met with Dom Lowe. And he's scheduling his outreach and communication meeting with the abutters, which is required by the state, probably by the end of this month. So that's just starting to sort of move along now in the process. So that'll gain traction soon. People will begin to know that that's there.
They have to do the community impact agreement and everything.
Exactly right. So that'll be one of the first steps with Board of Selectmen. They'll have to make a formal presentation with them and they'll begin the negotiations of that agreement. So this particular applicant, it's very interesting. He's looking to do all forms of the use. So it would be, it'll be a phased approach, but he'll start with retail and then eventually add on manufacturing, growing, potentially lab, So it could be in terms of tax dollars, it could be a huge win for Bolton. So we'll see.
Well, they have to present to the town eventually as well.
They do. So they start with
Okay.
Board of Selectmen with this community host agreement. And then from there, once that's finalized, they have to go through the special permit process with planning board. And
Mhm.
that's a public hearing, and it includes site plan review by Board of Selectmen too. So it's pretty extensive.
So
Um,
that's
Yeah, I was just
They'll
thinking
be-
if they wanted to come, to an EDC meeting, whether, I mean, if it's Zoom or whatever, we could always do that, and then maybe make sure that a few of us are, there at the townwide meeting discussion to, I don't know, kind of support from an economic standpoint, like the tax benefits and impact, just to kind of, you always get the people that are going to be against it, but also a lot of times they're the same people that don't like the taxes as high as they are. So if we can kind of help, I don't know, point in direction of how it could impact us positively, then that might help a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So this guy really does, I have to say, think outside the box in terms of how he's doing his outreach. He's notified some of the people that are going to push back the most are the people that live in Bolton Woods Way. That's the community that's in back of the Cobham building. And he's already started to reach out to them personally through email,
Okay.
letting them know. And if they have questions, concerns, he wants to be able to address them right up front. And the way that he's handling his outreach meeting per the state is that he's actually going to do it at Slater's in their open pavilion area. And then from there, if anyone wants to do an actual site visit, he's going to open up the site for a site visit. So it's really, I haven't heard of an applicant doing that before. So it's an interesting concept. So.
Yeah.
Good.
Is it possible to have Bolton Access TV record that?
If they're interested, I mean, I certainly can pass that by Nikki. And
Yeah.
obviously the applicant would need to agree to it. What I did, I saw him, he actually stopped by town hall today. So we were talking about it and I said, it would be really nice if you could figure out a way to have part of it be virtual, so if someone wanted to participate via Zoom, they could. I'm like, not everyone may feel comfortable participating, even though I know it's outdoors in an open space environment, they may not feel comfortable going. So it would be nice to have that option. And he was going to think about how he could do that. So maybe that is the alternative, is just being able to broadcast it on, on TV.
Yeah. Or maybe you just should do a Zoom information meeting as well. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's going to be plenty of, I personally, I think there's going to be plenty of opportunity for the public to chime in between Board of Selectmen and Planning Board. There's going to be plenty of meetings to participate. So, but certainly, it's up to him, how he wants to navigate that part of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a lot of money for the town. I'm sure that
It's very interesting. I'm very intrigued. Particularly the fact that he's very interested in Bolton. He said that this is his main project that he's working on right now. He thinks Bolton's a great location for it. And he wants to do all, like I said, all the various uses. And that could mean quite a bit of tax dollars for the town, because as you know, for the retail, we also get to collect the sales tax
right.
for that portion of it. So,
Yeah,
and I
good.
believe there's something with the growing as well.
Do you know what's the estimate for the tax revenue for that? Have they provided anything at all?
No, and that's something I'm sure that the Board of Selectmen will, I don't know if they'll discuss it they may discuss it in their negotiations for the community host agreement, but usually there's some type of development impact that's reviewed, and there may be compensation related to that in that agreement. So, but again, that lies with the Board of Selectmen. So and we haven't started that process yet. So that's the biggest thing. There was another applicant interested in 470 Main Street for retail marijuana only, but that when I had a conference call with them a week or two ago, once we started to really hone in on that particular property, they don't actually meet the offsets that's required per our bylaw. So that site is off the table. So that's not moving forward.
So what
and
exactly
then-
do they wanted? What they wanted to be closer to the road, or what did they want? When you say-
470, so 470 Main Street is the property right next to the Country Cupboard.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. that's not-
And so you have to be 500 feet from residential or 500 feet from where children commonly congregate. They're within 500 feet of a house. So that site just doesn't work.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
Country Cupboard snuck in there, but maybe not.
Country Cupboard?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I basically just gave them the parameters and I said, look, you can do your own due diligence. If you find a site that works, please feel free to come back and we can talk about it. But it was it was very clear once we started looking at it together and we were pulling dimensions that it wasn't going to work.
I'm not a fan of it right there anyway either. I mean,
No, I think the Cobham location is a great location
yeah,
for
that's
it.
perfect. Edge of town. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And then there's the parcel that's next to Tadmore. Eric, you know about that. They came
Yeah.
before, I think. Did they come before planning board?
Yeah, that's, remember we asked them to carve it out separately.
Yeah.
Planning board
So
stayed as a business parcel.
exactly. So there, before COVID, I had sit down with them very preliminarily to look at a concept plan, and they were looking at doing sort of a mixed use thing there. I don't know. I haven't talked to them since. They haven't come to me. So and I'm plan at some point to reach back out to them, but I don't know if COVID is playing into them not bringing forward another concept plan or they're just waiting. I just don't know. So there's that parcel there.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it in terms of commercial. I mean, we've got a lot of housing things going on, but
Is the Cracker Barrel far enough along to talk about here or no?
I haven't heard anything more. I mean, here's the thing. We get a lot of inquiries on a lot of different things, a lot of different properties, but a lot of it never comes to fruition. So it's like, that's another one where people call me all the time and ask what they can do in that building, but then nothing comes of it. So I don't know if that guy's moved forward with purchasing it or if he decided not to. I just don't.
Can I jump in? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, because my video completely went out. The winners, Emily and Sean Winner of Bolton, are purchasing it. I think they closed this week.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was talking to Emily a lot. I just didn't know how. But it sounds like they want to do a store eventually there.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, I think they're focusing on getting the upstairs apartments ready and then get people in there to rent, and then that will fund whatever they do downstairs.
And now that there's parking across the street, the parking situation maybe is a bit better than it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they're excited. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, they're excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always good when someone in town is able to get a piece of property like that. I feel like they have a little bit more vested in than somebody else obviously coming in.
Yeah, I mean, she's got like all this stuff she wants to do, but of course money is, plays a factor. But
Yeah.
Sean's a contract, he's got a contracting background, so he can do a lot of it himself. So, it'll only improve it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think they recommended a guy that did some of the plastering in our house. They had recommended. So.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, they're good people and they have good plans for it. So
yeah, that would be awesome. She was talking about a potential shared space, and then she was talking about a small store or something, in the future.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be perfect right there, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. Does anybody else have anything else?
Not me.
Okay.
Not me.
So let's tentatively plan to meet on the common at 8:45-ish on Saturday.
Okay.
Does that sound like a good time? We should, because then that would give us a few minutes to set a game plan, and I'll tell the vendors to, you could show up 9 or after basically, and we'll set you up.
Yeah. That sounds good.
It would be good if we could be a little bit more in charge of where people actually set up. If we can you know.
Yeah,
help.
that's what I want to do. So that's right. So if you could bring those flags,
I
Glenn,
will. Yep.
and
I
we could
absolutely
post
will.
them. Yeah, so then there's no question. We could be like, you're at this flag, you're at this flag. Because
Okay.
people are pretty good about asking, where do you want me to go? And I kind of just be like, somewhere over there. But
Yeah.
it'll be different this year, of course.
Yeah.
I think people are very aware, obviously of what
Yeah.
the situation and I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So we do the flag and we do it like, 6 to 10 feet off the walkway so people can walk down the walkway and not be in people's space. And
Mhm.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah, and then definitely with each like Facebook post, just include like a little asterisk area at the bottom or whatever that says the 6 feet social distancing and mask required. Not that
Yeah.
everyone sees it, but it, obviously it just helps.
No,
I'll
I think
start doing
I
that.
think it helps that for our not reputation, but you know what I mean, like for us to just make not like that we're promoting this big like free for all kind of thing. Like I
Right.
think it's important for us to
Let people know we're thinking about it.
yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
if you want me to update, like my wife and I to work on that flyer, I mean, we can try to add something in if that's helpful.
Maybe if you just want to add a line like social distancing and masks are included or are required. Yeah, required or something like that.
Or
Social
COVID-
distancing and
COVID
masks required.
protocols or something.
Yeah, maybe you just need a line. There's just one line saying, "Hey, we're thinking of it." Social distancing and masks are required, or something like that.
Yeah, I'll just say, yeah, social distancing of 6 feet and masks are required for this event or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be good to add if you can to the flyer before we all print it out and send it out.
Yeah, that would be perfect. And
Yeah, I won't have it be larger than the event, the dates and everything else, but we can put a little something at the bottom.
Yeah, no, I think that's good.
All right, great.
Do the news and announcement off the website. I'll probably do a little paragraph about just, COVID precaution, something in there. I'll probably pull from Board of Health what they've posted on news and announcements about wearing masks and things like that. Just, I think from the town's website, that's appropriate. Like there should be a little paragraph about it, but then I'll also include the image of the brochure. So
That'd be perfect. All right,
All
great.
right, great.
Thank you, everybody. Motion to
Thank you.
adjourn.
Bye.
Oh,
Thanks.
okay. Motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor. Bye.
Bye.
thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.